I was aware of Bauman when I moved to Santa Fe, and through a number of fortuitous meetings and contributions, I found out that we could actually recreate Bauman's studio here at the Palace of the Governors in the print shop. And then my research into his biography let me realize what a really important artist he was. My favorite quote about Bauman was that he considered him, well, he said, I'm a craftsman by choice and an artist by accident. And I really appreciated that approach to art. It's too easy to want to make a statement and call yourself an artist without really having anything to say. And I found that Bauman's work spoke for itself. My name is Tom Leech, and you've asked about my background. I've been a printer, I would say a professional printer, for about 42 years, 41 years maybe. So I've been more or less attached to a printing press since 1976. I first became aware of Bauman when I saw an exhibit of his work in Colorado Springs in probably the 1980s that was on loan from the art museum here in Santa Fe. And I was just amazed by the quality of the work that I saw. What I was witnessing, and here I was already a printer, but I was witnessing someone who was taking printing to another level of craft, where it seemed everything that was involved in the final print was calculated and contributed to the final piece. For one thing, his technique of carving wood blocks, multiple wood blocks to create an image, was very different than the kind of color printing that I was familiar with, which was four-color separation and technical. He was carving the blocks sort of in a sense of a three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle where these colors would overlap and create different colors, and the result was something very complex yet very beautiful, and I was just captivated. I'm interested in collecting Bauman's process. The art museum across the street has a fabulous collection of his work, probably the largest collection in the world of Bauman's work, and it's often on view. But what we show here is Bauman's process, and that's what I'm trying to dig into, because people are always wondering, how did he do what he did? And I want to say that people will come into the shop in almost as a pilgrimage. I mean, Bauman is that important as an artist. He had handmade paper custom made for him. But Bauman made his own ink, so he would start with raw pigment. So he was very concerned with the object as a piece of craft as much as a work of art. I tell people they should look into a Bauman, not at a Bauman. Bauman as the ultimate maker, he was well known for his prints, and that's what made his international reputation. But he also made marionettes, he made furniture, he painted, he made designed and painted sets for the theater. For me, Bauman is the inspiration of an artist who just keeps working and working. Huge amount of work in his lifetime. For anyone who's making something to stay alert and stay aware of what is actually happening through the process of making it. It may come out totally different. The sense of what we call being aware of a happy accident, whereas like something happened that you weren't expecting, but it turns out even better than what you wanted. And I think it's real important for artists and makers of any kind to keep that door open for happy accidents. Well, Bauman said that hands are God's gift to people. I mean, that's so true. I mean, we evolved because of our hands as a species, you know, and And there's a lot to be done with our hands still. And that comes back to it feeds the soul, basically. Working with your hand. Everything around us has been made by someone with their hands. And to lose track of that, to forget that, is to miss out a whole lot on what it means to be human.